all my crew. What it do on this Monday evening? It is 7:15 here, and I want to jump on and share some exciting stuff with y'all. So come on in, come on in. Come on in, everybody. Let me go ahead and get this pinned before we get started. What's up, everyone? What's up, what's up? What it do? Hey, everyone. Hey, all my crew, come in. It is a Monday evening. I want to encourage you. I am here. It's exciting because today is launch day of my 6-week e-course. Let me turn the volume off. Of my 6-week e-course. Hey, Amber, what's up? Hey, Tina, hey, you guys come on in. Come on in, come on in. Share this, tag some friends. I've got some really exciting things to share with you, and I want to encourage you this evening to start your week out strong. How have you guys been? How has your day been? Let me know below. Where are you tuning in from? What's going on? Are you at home? Are you getting off work? Are you still at work? Are you on a drive down the road? Are you in your living room hanging out? It's a little bit muggy here in Florida. It's already pitch black outside, and I think a storm is rolling in. So that's where we are today. Hey, North Carolina. Hey, everyone, come on in. Come on in. I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes, and we are going to move forward because we are raising a glass to the dirt in our life today, because destiny is written there. It is worth celebrating. It is, it's the very thing that's setting you up for the promises in your life. The very thing you hate, the very thing you're running from. It is actually the thing God's going to use. It is actually the thing God's going to use. And I know that may sound so crazy, but it is the truth. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to do just a really quick encouragement for you. Today is launch day. My 6-week e-course, 42 days long, with me as your coach, has been unlocked on my website, thealissaholt.com. Make sure you're spelling my name right. It's all tagged right there below, ALISSA Holt.com. You can sign up for Unfiltered You to change your life and make the decision to move forward. Guys, we are at the end of the year, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Do I like the person that I am right now? Do I like the person I am right now? Do I like where I'm at in life? Do I feel like I've done a good job pursuing the things that are in my heart? Do I feel like I've done a good job grabbing a hold of what it is God has for me to do? Because here's the thing. Every year we do the same thing over again, and we expect to see a difference. We start the year off making these New Year's resolutions, and we're going to, change our habits and lose some weight and make some more money and do this or do that. And then by the end of the year, we are exactly where we were the year before, when we made all of these plans, right? When we made all of these broken promises to ourselves, when we made all of these really nice ideas about what we want life to be, but unfortunately we didn't see any differences. We didn't see anything change. We didn't see ourselves become the person we really wanted to be. We're still living in fear. We're still living in worry. We're still living in anxiety. We're still living in chaos. We're still dysfunctional. We're still, operating out of pain and rejection. And we've still held on to that thing that has made us so angry, and we have carried it from one year to another and expect our lives to change. Friend, it doesn't work like that. Come on in, because I want to encourage you. I have a 6-week e-course that has launched today, and it is available for you to take ownership of your destiny. I literally coach you through 6 weeks, 42 days straight, through my book, Unfiltered, Walking Through Dirt While Embracing Your Destiny. Why do I talk about this so much? Why am I always on here just harping on this book and harping on this e-course that I've just released? Because, friend, I believe that God has given me the gift. Okay, let me just put it that way. He's given me the gift to share my hell with you. He's given me the gift to share my mess ups and my flaws and my pain and my drama and my scars and my filtered damage with you, so that you can see somebody in real time that went through it and made it through it alive. Okay? Too many times we are covering up the tough stuff. We're angry at God. We don't want to take responsibility for our life. We don't like the answers we have. We don't like what we see. We don't like how we got here. So we cover it up and we don't discuss it and we don't utilize it and we don't grow. We purposely paralyze ourselves with fear and trauma that we refuse to heal from, with chaos that we continue to allow run rampant in our families and our mindsets, because we've taken ownership of all of those pieces of our life. We've taken ownership of all of the things that have hurt us and ruined us, but we refuse to take ownership for the things that can make us into the person that we've wanted to be, but never could figure out how to get there. Okay? And so I created an e-course off of a book that I wrote just for you that allows you to take the steps. See, here's the thing that I'm tired of. And get somebody in here, tag somebody that needs this right now, because we can all list at least one person that is broken and hurting and in a lot of pain from damage in their life, and they need healing. Tag them, because I believe this word can encourage them. See, I believe that God allowed me to make stupid decisions so that I can be able to talk from the standpoint of experience and show you how I got up out of the broken places and was able to pursue the destiny that God had for me. I didn't allow it to paralyze me. I'd allowed it to push me towards possessing what the word says I can have. And see, that is tough, because I think we see a lot of people, and I talk about this in the book, we see a lot of people who are always pushing towards promise, but they never possess it. They never lay their hands on it. They never see it actually become a reality. And I don't believe that's because the word isn't real. I don't believe that's because God isn't real. I don't believe it's because God is a respecter of persons and this one's more special than that one. I believe it's because people make choices. I believe it's because we don't take ownership of ourselves. I believe it's because we're waiting on God to move when God's waiting for us to move with him. I believe that it's because we like being damaged. We like being broken. And we don't want to say that we like it because we're angry about it, but at the same time, we don't want to do anything to pick ourselves up again and to actually build our life over. We're not doing anything to make it better. We're not doing anything to heal. We're not doing anything to move forward. And we want to blame it on the trauma, and we want to blame it on the rejection and the loss and the grief and the pain and the disease and the hurt and all of these things. But baby, this is your life, okay? Your trauma does not make you who you are. You want to know what makes you who you are? You taking ownership of that trauma and making that your entire life. Do you hear what I'm saying? Trauma, in retrospect to your entire life, is very small. It's a very big thing mentally. Now listen, I can talk about this because I've been through it. I'm not just saying this and like disregarding people's feelings and disregarding what they've been through. No, I'm telling you, in the big picture of your life, moments that have scarred us and hurt us and traumatized us and damaged us are small compared to all of the moments and the minutes and the hours and the days and the years and the months that we are living. And if we don't stop allowing those moments that were traumatic and painful and broken and hard to continue to dictate to our life how we're going to live, then we will continue to repeat a cycle where we go around and around and around and around and around and around in a circle of grief and a circle of loss and a circle of pain, circle of brokenness, circle of rejection, circle of question marks, circle of worry, circle of confusion, circle of anxiety, circle. Do you see what I'm saying? If we don't stop allowing the trauma to rule us, we will never see ourselves reign in life the way that God has intended for us to do. And maybe you're watching the replay right now and this is hitting home for you. If that's you, I want you to hit that share button. Okay, you do have the right phone, Molly. You do. Everybody can get the link. It doesn't matter what phone you have. So just go to thealissaholt.com and you can get the e-course that way, or text the word dirt to the number below and it will send to you. So it's that easy. So I have an e-course to get you through the cycle that you've been repeating, to help you break cycles, to help you break breaking patterns, to help you break trust issues, to help you break what else do we talk about in here? How to learn to create, how to learn to build your life again. We discuss how to walk through the dirt while embracing the destiny, how to unfilter yourself, how to navigate the middle seat of life, how to navigate the pause of life, how to realize your DNA in Christ is your destiny, your name, and your authority. We talk about feeling the feels. We talk about creating space for God to do what He has said is yours. We talk about all the things. We talk about digging in the dirt. We talk about what dirt means. We talk about what promise is for your life. We talk about divorce. We talk about addiction. We talk about suicide. We talk about church hurt. We talk about mental issues. We talk about infertility. We talk about all of the things in this book. And then for 6 weeks, we are going to go through every single chapter, and I have over 20 videos for you to coach you through the dirt in your life. Over 20 videos, 42 days of devotionals. We have got daily challenges. We have got daily journaling initiatives. We have got this for personal use. We have got this for groups. You can do this as a group. I have a family that reached out to me yesterday and said that they're actually purchasing it for the beginning of the year for their family, for some parents and teenagers. And they said that they have purchased it for their devotional to do this course together as a family, starting out the first 6 weeks of the year, to go through their dirt as a family and to grab a hold of destiny as a family. So I have people purchasing this e-course as a family. I have people purchasing this e-course for book clubs. I have people purchasing this e-course for personal use. It can be used for all of the things. I actually had a girl reach out today, a great friend of mine, a follower here. She is in the infusion center taking treatments all the time, and she has people at the infusion center that's wanting this e-course. So they're going to start doing that together. I just think it's really cool, the possibilities here. So we're ending the year strong, and we are going into 2022 stronger, recognizing our trauma does not run us. We get the choice in how we want to live life. We get the choice to choose what we do. And I just want to give you a quick little tip. I'm fixing to actually record a podcast for this week. Thursday is going to be my new episode for my podcast. Go check it out, guys. I have so many avenues to keep you guys encouraged. Utilize them. Utilize them. There is no way you can say you don't have time to consume something that will help you be better in the Lord, in faith, in what God has for your life, When you are consuming Netflix on a daily basis, Hulu on a daily basis, the news on a daily basis, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the things, listen to me. Go build yourself on something that is going to actually help you and not dumb you down. A lot of the stuff here on social media is doing nothing for your brain, nothing for your spirit, nothing for your physical health, nothing for your emotional health. It's actually making it worse. But you have the opportunity to go seek things out that are going to uplift you and help you heal emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And I have all of those things available for you. I have a podcast. You can go check it out, Unfiltered with Alyssa Holt, on all of the podcast platforms. You can find me on Spotify, on Apple, on Anchor, on all the things. You can go to YouTube and find my podcast over there in video form on Alyssa Holt on YouTube. You can go over to Instagram or right here, and I do lives 2 to 3 times a week, encouraging you. You can text my number down there, 912-455-2075, and get a free 14-minute video of my e-course that is going to encourage you and lift you out of the dirt. And now I have an entire 6-week e-course you can go purchase to help you. Listen, you need to make 2022 about building you up again. You need to make it about choosing to prefer yourself over the cycles you have been repeating. Protecting your peace, protecting your boundaries, drawing boundaries for once. Listen, that was my last podcast. I talked about protecting your peace and setting boundaries. You need to go listen to that. This Thursday, we're talking about how growth is painful and what that pain does for your life. What specifically that pain does for your life. So I want to encourage you to connect with me and build the destiny that God has for you. Stop waiting on God. Listen, we are over that. We're done with that, okay? Go ahead and type that below. I'm done with that. I'm done with waiting for God to move. It's time for me to move with God. It's time for me to get up again. It's time for me to try again. It's time for me to give him a chance. It's time for me to start trusting a little more. It's time for me to stop hiding things that I don't want to deal with. It's time for me to stop avoiding my trauma in my past. It's time for me to start healing. God does not touch what you don't allow him to touch. He doesn't heal what you don't allow him to heal. Listen, he will let you live with what you want to live with. That's a word for somebody that is watching me right now. Even if you're on the replay, even if you're on my YouTube, when I post this video, he will let you live with what you accept. He will let you live with what you just settle down and make a bed in. If you want to be depressed, guess what? God's going to let you lay in that depression. If you want to lay in hatred, he's going to let you eat it up. If you want to be broken, God will let you sit in brokenness because it is not his choice to force things on us. He gives us a choice to choose what we want out of life. And sometimes he lets us wallow in it until we have done enough and we can't stand it anymore and we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And finally, we can surrender and say, okay, God, I'm just exhausted. Now I'm going to surrender because I have wore myself out fighting against this. I have wore myself out fighting against this disease, fighting against this broken relationship, fighting against this mindset. I am tired. I am wore out. I am broken. And then you finally let God do what he needs to do. But he's going to let you live with whatever it is you accept. I chose when I went through divorce to not allow divorce to define me. That was a choice I made. I had seen too many people in ministry that I had counseled throughout my life actually let divorce define them for 20 years of their life, never found happiness again. Never let another person love them again. Never let healing take place. Was still just as bitter towards their ex as they were the day their ex walked out on them 20 years before. It determined their entire life. It was something they revolved around. Every person they saw, they viewed it through the lens of rejection. They viewed it through the lens of divorce. They viewed it through the lens of affairs and damage and porn and all of the things, and it ruined their destiny. Because they made a choice to live there. They made a choice to live there. I've had other people walk through my doors for counseling that made a choice to live in the abuse of molestation. They were molested as a child and they lived there in that trauma. They lived there in that pain. They never felt they were accepted. They never felt they were enough. They never felt they were valuable. They never felt like God had anything for them. They lived in the abuse of that moment and it defined their entire life. They sat in the office at 62 years old. And it had happened to them when they were 7. Never got married, never trusted another man because of one moment in their life. And see, that's how the enemy works. He comes to you in a moment and determines your entire lifetime. But let me just go ahead and let you in on a little secret, okay? He's not that powerful. Then how do we get trapped in these cycles? And how do we get trapped in these moments? And how do we get trapped in this lifetime of trauma and PTSD and triggers and all? Listen, I believe there is PTSD. There is real things like mental health. There is real things like PTSD. There is real things like triggers. You put me in front of that chemo facility and watch me be triggered. You let me go in there and smell the smells of alcohol. I can't even stand the smell of hand sanitizer because I was diagnosed with cancer in the midst of a pandemic. So we had to bathe in hand sanitizer because I went through chemo in the middle of a pandemic. I had to do all of my infusions by myself. I was not allowed one person in there with me, not one family member, not one friend. I had to do it all alone. And the smell of hand sanitizer triggers me so much at times that I literally want to vomit. I start having a panic attack. I start having anxiety over the smell of Germ-X. So I understand that trauma is real, but what I don't understand and never will understand is how a child of God can allow that to rule their life in such a way that it steals their purpose, it steals their destiny, it steals their now, it steals their peace, it steals their rest, it steals. And listen, you know what I have to do when I go there? Because it's not that I don't have these moments, it's that I have to get this right here right. So when I feel that anxiety, when I feel that trigger, when I feel that PTSD, when I feel that trauma bringing up those emotions, when I feel those things, it's not that it's not real, but it's that I have to remind myself that I have Jesus living on the inside of me and he is greater than this thing I am feeling. He is greater than the trauma I've been through. He is greater than the thing I had to walk out. He is greater than the disease that tried to take me out. He is greater than the smell of hand sanitizer because it takes me back to a chemo chair, right? We have to get our minds right. So it's not that triggers aren't real. It's that the lie of the enemy will come to tell you it is more real and greater than the freedom that Jesus says we can have. It is greater than the freedom that he came to die on the cross for. And so that's what I do in Unfilter You is I empower you for 6 weeks in how to take ownership of this right here and this right here so you can heal your heart. And you can heal your trauma, and you can heal your PTSD, and you can heal your pain, and you can heal your broken relationships, and you can heal your addiction, and you can heal the things you're going through. Because when you begin to unfilter the things that have filtered you for so long, you've seen life through these lenses for so long that you don't know how to see life any differently. You don't know how to dream anymore. You don't know how to believe anymore. You don't know how to trust anymore. You don't know how to love anymore. You have filtered the way you see life. And what I do is I break it down through my book in how to unfilter those mindsets and how to get a hold of yourself in such a way that you can walk through the pain and you can walk through the dirt and you can still grab a hold of destiny even when you're not perfect. Even when you're not fully clean, even when you don't fully understand, even when you fully don't know all of the answers, you can still grab a hold of destiny because of the one who does know the answers, Jesus. Because of the one who did empower you, Jesus. Because of the one who does walk beside you and helps you find your way. Listen, it isn't about what you can do. It's about you submitting to the one who understands everything before you even have a clue. Okay? And submission is not just obeying. Submission is twofold. It is willingness and it is obedience. Okay? So don't be over here angry at God because you're like, I submitted, I obeyed, and he still didn't come through for me. He still wasn't faithful. He still didn't do the thing he said he would do. And I obeyed him. I obeyed everything he said, and it still didn't happen. Well, my question to you is, did you just obey, or were you willing in your obedience? Because submission is not just obedience. Submission is willingness and obedience partnering together. When I tell my kids to clean their room, and they fully obeyed me because their room is clean, but the entire time they were slamming doors and throwing things against the wall and stomping their feet and running their mouth, and I can hear them through the door. It wasn't done in willingness. Guess what? They didn't get their allowance for that day. They didn't get rewarded for just obeying because they weren't willing. They pitched a fit the entire time. They obeyed to prove a point that it got done, but they weren't willing with a submissive heart. Do you hear what I'm saying? And so many times we get mad at God for not coming through for us when it comes to our trauma and our pain and our hurt, because we feel like we did the thing God told us to do, but we griped about it the whole time. We ran our mouth the whole time. We kicked and screamed the whole time and told God how much we hated every minute of it. We were not submissive. We were obedient, but we were not willing and obedient at the same time, which is what submission is. And so I want to teach you these things in this course, and how to unfilter the things that have been keeping you stuck. Get out of your own way this year. Get out of your own way. I lived my life in my own way for so many years. And it took cancer to fully get me out of my own way. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do not wait for tragedy to come in order for you to finally open your eyes. So many of us wait for disease to hit to finally pursue health and want to live. So many of us wait for divorce to hit to finally want to find happiness in a partner and in a spouse. So many of us wait for rejection and all of these things to happen for us to finally realize that we are operating out of broken characteristics that we have learned over our life, and we haven't gotten ourselves right. And now that everybody's walking out on us and leaving us because you're just mean, you're just angry and gossipy and not fun to be around, now you want to try to get yourself right. Don't wait for tragedy to happen before you finally learn to live the life that God intended for you to live. Do it now. Do yourself a favor and do it now before you have something happen that makes you confront things, that makes you adjust things, that makes you look at life a different way, that makes you ask yourself, okay, how can I change? Don't wait for those moments that forcibly make you change. Make the decision to change now so you don't have to have those moments. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's on you, boo-boo. I say that all the time. I'm going to say it again. It's on you, boo-boo. And like it or lump it, that's just how it is. If everybody had the ability for life to just come in and everything line, the stars align and everything work out great, we wouldn't have to make these hard decisions. We wouldn't have to unlearn certain things. We wouldn't have to unbecome certain things. We wouldn't have to unfilter things, right? It would just be easy, but that's not life. Life happens and it's hard and it's tough, and we have to make the decision to be aware of the things that are dictating to us how we're going to pursue destiny. And we have to make a decision to pursue destiny despite the trauma, despite the dirt, despite the pain, despite the things that tell us no. So I hope this encouraged you tonight. I just wanted you to know that you are so valuable. You are so worth it. Even if one person is the only one who heard this message tonight and nobody else got a thing from what I said, if just one person heard me tonight, that you have to make the decision, then I did my job. I didn't come on here for hundreds of thousands to say, oh yes, Alyssa, we hear you. I came on here for one person. I came on here for the one. And I believe that you are able to see the difference. if you make up your mind to stop living in the cycles, to stop living in the hurt, to stop living in the trauma. I believe in you enough to get on here on a Monday evening and encourage you to get up again. Get up again, okay? Stop sitting where you're sitting. I don't want to leave you in the dirt, and I'm not going to let you stay here. I'll get on here every day and post my TikToks and my quotes and my FaceTime thingies like this, my lives. And one day, I pray that you hear the voice of the Lord through me, telling you that you have so much more ahead. So stop settling for the dirt of your life. Do you hear me? I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Go check out my e-course. It's down here. thealissaholt.com. You can purchase it, and listen, it's $50 off. I have a Christmas promo going right now, $50 off the original price until January 1st at midnight. That is my Merry Christmas discount to you, $50 off. What better way to start the year than to invest in your life? 42 days straight with me coaching you through my book, Unfiltered. If you want a free video, text me, text 912-455-2075, and you will get a free video to see what this thing looks like. It's an encouraging video. It's the first video of my e-course, 14 minutes long, and it's going to bless your life. And then go check out the website to purchase this e-course and to start your year out strong. Like I said, you can do it personally. I've had people purchase it for them and their family to go through it the first 6 weeks of the year and to grab a hold of destiny together as a family. I've had people purchase it to do together at infusion centers, at cancer centers. I have people purchase it for book clubs. I have all the different kinds of things happening. So go do it and grab a hold of destiny. I don't have my coffee cup, but I'm raising a glass to you, my friend. There is destiny written in your dirt, and it is worth celebrating. So go do that. Tune into my podcast Thursday. It's going to be a good one. And tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have started back our prayer calls every Tuesday morning at 7:30. And we focus on healing. Those are healing prayer calls. If you're sick, if you know somebody who's sick, if you know anybody that's sick, be here with me live, 7:30 in the mornings, Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. We pray over the sick, and I believe we are going to see miracles right here through the screen because God is so present in those phone calls, and you don't want to miss it. So come be a part of that with us. They are always great, and I'll see you in the morning. Love y'all. Bye.